What's up, everybody? Back at you again. So check it out. Got something for y'all today. So my battery's bad in the Jeep, and I'm gonna change the battery. Now here's the thing. I didn't come to insult anybody's intelligence. I gotta put that out there first. I know everybody knows how to change a battery. Not that serious, right? 2 nuts on the thing, and that's it. Now, the Jeep Gladiators, well, there's a whole lot of cars, not just the Gladiators and JLs, but they got these dual batteries. They got the auxiliary and the main battery. Some of y'all got the battery delete kits where you can take out the auxiliary and you don't use it anymore. The dual battery kits up there, you got the jumper wires, N1, N2, all of that other stuff. But some of y'all might just want to keep the same setup. So I'm gonna show you how I changed mine. Now, the reason I'm showing you how to change mine, and I'm going through all this, because there's a couple things that, sometimes you might want to be on the lookout for, you know what I mean? And anything I say to you, you should still check it out or get it checked out by a shop if you don't feel comfortable. So, to know when your battery's going bad in one of these, I'm specifically talking about the JL and the Gladiators, well, some of the other Jeeps too. There's some signs that'll tell you when it's going bad, all right? One, when you turn your Jeep on and on the dash it shows up that the auto start is not working, that's probably a sign. Or if the little A with the little circle, the one y'all keep saying, the Avengers, a symbol sign, if that pops up, yeah, your battery's probably bad. Or if it pops up that your aux switches, auxiliary, whatever y'all want to call it, if it pops up that your aux switches are not working, battery's probably bad. So you might want to go ahead and start looking at some things to change it. Now, I did a video a couple years ago when I had an issue with my original battery that some of y'all should probably look at. If you get a thing on your dash that says service shifter available, it's probably a bad connection. Because just like I did, and I put a link down to my original video in the bottom, just like my original video, I thought that the battery was bad, thought something bad was wrong with the Jeep, and I went under there and come to find out that the negative terminal wasn't tight. No matter how tight you tighten it, you can just pull it right off. So I went to the dealership, they took another terminal off of another Jeep, put it on there, same thing. Then I looked at my battery and they said, oh, here's the problem. Your battery post is too small. You've been grinding it down. I'm like, really? How have I been grinding the battery post down to make it so small that the clamp won't tighten up? Either way, it had to be fixed. So what I did was I went to the auto parts store, put a shim in it, put the terminal back on, rode out. But on my Jeep now, then I'm about to change it because mine started showing all the symptoms. 14 volts. It's showing that the aux switches are not working half of the time or whatever. So I said, you know what? I'm putting it off. I'm gonna change the batteries, because if the alternator keeps working hard to try to keep the battery up, then the alternator is gonna eventually go bad. We don't want to have to replace both of the batteries and the alternator, because more money. Try not to spend more money, right? Trying to keep y'all to save money. These batteries cost enough. I know. This is my 3rd battery. Yeah, I said my 3rd battery. That's because I got 132,000 miles on this thing. Now, I think the batteries that come with these things have like a 3-year, 30,000, 36,000 miles or something like that. I don't know. It's probably different now than when I first got mine, because I got this thing like 3.5 years ago. But I got 52,000 miles out of my first battery, so I know I got more miles out of that thing than I should have. This battery right here, I've had since 52,000 miles. I got 132,000 miles. Y'all do the math. 80,000 miles. That's more than you should be getting out of a battery. Some of y'all are making it to the minimum. Some of y'all are not. I'm sorry if you're not, but keep in mind, Jeep doesn't build batteries. So, but I'm gonna show you how to change. And I'm gonna show you some tips, some stuff. Yeah, just follow me. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna take the hat off. I like my hat. Don't want to mess it up. Be right back. So if you see, I got the stock battery. Well, not stock, but I got the battery from Jeep, because back when my first battery went bad, no one had the batteries. Only Jeep had the batteries, so I had to go to them to get the battery. So this is what I got, but this is what's coming out. And keep in mind that these batteries are AGM batteries. They're sealed batteries, just like Optimas and everything else. So here we go. I could use my electric ratchet, but I don't feel like going to get it. It's not that serious, just 2 bolts. 10 millimeter. take the negative off first. There's the positive. Only bad thing about it is if I do my radio again. Oh no, it keeps it in memory. Maybe not. Dang, look at that. I just found my needle nose down there. You know how long I've been looking for these needle nose? Okay. I'm looking for other tools, y'all. Handles. Now, when you're getting up a replacement battery, just to double check when you're getting it at the parts house, Jeep dealership, wherever you're getting these things from, they make mistakes too, because they're human. So double check your stuff to make sure you're getting the right thing. And one of the things I mean about that is you check your cold cranking apps. Believe it or not, when I got this battery, I took the number off of the battery, took it to the Jeep dealership, and the battery that they gave me, it looked smaller. And I actually told the service guy, I said, hey, that looks smaller than my battery. You sure that's the right one? He said, yeah, the numbers match. Brought it back home, didn't match. Wasn't the right battery. Had to drive 30 miles back through traffic just to get the right battery and come back and put the right one in. And also, that battery didn't have the right group. And what I mean by group is the positive and the negative. Every battery is a certain group. That means the positive and negative are in certain places, whether it's a top post, side post, positive over here, negative there, whatever. And I want to say that these batteries are 94 group. Somebody have to put something down the bottom if I'm wrong, but I think they're 94 group. So that means that when the batteries turn this way, positive over here, negative over there, same thing as the cables. So if you're getting a battery and it's different, yeah, you might want to check it, because you get home, you might not want to go all the way back to the parts house. It's gonna piss you off. You can be upset and mad. So make sure you get the right one before you leave there. So I'm gonna take this out. Now while this is out, most people, when they go to the auxiliary battery, it's under your fuse tray. Well, take all this off, take all that off, pull the fuse tray out, and the battery's under there. But guess what? I got aftermarket inner fender liners. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? Same thing I did last time. I'm gonna take the 4 bolts that hold up my fender liners, and I'm gonna go right up under the bottom and pull it down. See? I'm on to something. And if y'all ain't got aftermarket inner fender liners, get you some. Because A, makes it easy to get to that battery. B, it gives you a little more clearance when you're out on the trails, off-roading, so you can flex a little more. You don't want to tear up nothing. And C, yeah, they just look cool. You know, you get the fancy ones in 1941, the spider and all that other stuff, but it just looks cool. So get you some, it makes life easy. Here we go. Put that back on there, because we ain't got no need to take that off. Let's go underneath. Now I got my aftermarket fender liners. There's only 4 bolts that hold this thing in. Actually, with mine, there's only 3 because I broke the back bolt on this thing, wheeling, of course. So I'm gonna just take these 4 out and make it quick. Now, if you can get to it underneath, there's only 3 bolts. There's 2 in front of the box that the battery sits in, and 1 behind it. And they're 10 millimeter. Put your 10 millimeter on there and take them off. Now, my advice is, if you can, to use a nut driver instead of a socket when you're taking these things off, because with a socket, the socket will fall out, but if you use a nut driver, the magnet in the nut driver will keep it in there. Especially when you go to put them back in, you gotta guide it up there. And yo, I apologize for the noise, but my neighbor decided it's a good time to crank up the pressure washer over there. He's probably doing it on purpose because he saw me out here with the camera. It's all good. We're gonna work through it, right? Battery box. And the battery's right there. You take this 10 millimeter deep well, once again, take the post off the battery and take it out. Aha, there you go. Ah, there you go. All right, so there you go, y'all. Easy work, wasn't that complicated. 4 bolts to take out the inner fender liner, 2 on the battery, well, 3 on the box for the battery, 2 on the battery, boom. I can take this battery out from underneath in less than 5 minutes. Top battery, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, less than 30 minutes, both change, and we roll it. Now let me throw something out there to y'all real quick. Let me warn y'all about something. If you notice, the Duralast batteries, because I did get both Duralast batteries from AutoZone, because there are other options available now, a ton of other options. So I went with Duralast. You can go with whatever you want. But one thing you gotta know about these auxiliary batteries is that if you notice, this one don't have the top post in it that this one does. That's because you gotta take them out. And to take them out, you're gonna need torque spit. I just so happen to have a set because I had to change them out before, and I keep a set because the seats in the back take this type of socket. So put it on there. Please don't cross thread it. So this is where a nut driver with a magnet in it would have come in handy, because now I gotta guide this thing back up in there. Because I put the socket back on there and try to keep it in there and make it work. But we gonna make it work though. I told you I was gonna make it work. Now my battery before is negative terminal. No matter how tight I tighten up, I can just pull it off. But obviously the last battery I had and this battery don't have that problem. So there you have it. Changing the battery, not that complicated, right? Seriously not. Just want to throw out a few tips for you. Get you some interfering aligners, make it easy for you. Make sure that it's actually your battery that's bad and it's not something else, like checking your voltmeter, or you know, pretty much just seeing what the signs are, what the dash says. Make sure it's actually your battery. Most of the time, especially with these JLs and JTs, the batteries are going bad pretty quick. So that's probably your issue. But hey, I hope y'all learned something. Hope somebody got something out of this. If you did, cool. If you didn't, cool. If you got a suggestion, tip, or comment, leave it in the comments below. If you got a tip that you learned or something to make it easier that everybody can learn from, by all means, throw it in the comments below. But other than that, hey, y'all stay safe. Don't forget to smile. Go out and change your life. Hey, change somebody else's life. I hear the ice cream truck coming, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta get me an Astro Pop. Peace out.